and I run Fair Play for All Foundation with Naomi Tomlinson.
I am Naomi Tomlinson. I'm 21 and I co-direct Fair Play for All Foundation with Roy Moore.
Maybe 0.0. I started in February last year. Me and Craig Burrows started the team of payatas, and then I was coaching it throughout the year until now. Naomi was separately setting up a charity in England as a funding agent. When we got talking together, we decided to pool resources, experience, and therefore founded Fair Play for All together.
I started working in the Philippines first when I was 17. I came here for 6 weeks and worked with our sister charity. Then I went home and then I worked in Mindanao for a year. Then I went home and I founded a charity there called Triple E that was started with the aim to fund a project for street kids in the Philippines. And then I met Roy through Skype and we started talking. We both wanted to do the same thing, working with street kids, enabling them to have a better life, better second chance basically.
I was a goalkeeper back in university, and obviously being English, I really enjoyed football, really liked playing it, and so me and Craig sort of, why not start a football team here, see how it goes. Because football can teach a lot of things. Obviously it's a lot of fun, you get the exercise, health benefits, but with what we want to achieve with the education and the drop-in centre and street kids, you can really see the difference in a lot of the kids as over time they've learned the consequences of things, and you can really teach a lot through football.
People say to me that I'm the only English person I've ever met who doesn't know anything about football. But since then, I've learned more about the rules and playing it. There's so many benefits of football, like communication, trust, building their self-esteem, like that. And so I started to like it from there. And then I started to watch the game and join in with the kids training, and I really enjoyed sport.
Magaling ka Nasa ibang bansa si Cristiano Ronaldo. Boom! Kasi ako, idol nila ako. Yung mga Askal, idol nila ako. Ikaw! Gusto ko! Tiger, ikaw!
If you get a big group of kids together, there's always going to be some kids who are a little bit naughty at times, and it can be a bit of a challenge to deal with a lot of kids, particularly the street kids. Every now and then the jumper boys are coming in, and they can be very sometimes difficult to deal with if they don't listen. They're used to having to fight for a lot of things. They're used to having to fight for things, and so it can be difficult to sort of adjust together. The kids have been really responsive. That's just one thing that's been quite impressive in some ways, because if you make the trainings fun, if the kids are having fun, they'll always want to come back. Particularly with grassroots football and the youth. Anyone who's really under 10 years old, football is just there to have fun. Not to be competitive, not to try and win so much, it's just have fun, enjoy it. Because the kids, they should have a childhood, and sometimes poverty robs kids from childhood.
Meron pa. Sa payatas yan.
The hardships really are worth it. And seeing like a smile on a child's face that might not have been there otherwise, it just makes it so much more worth it, really. And the other challenging thing is that neither of us get paid for what we do. But then again, like this morning, you're playing with the kids and you just get random hugs or random smiles, and that pays you in so much more than anything else, than money. And yeah, it's so, despite the challenges or the stresses, to make a difference to a child's life it's really all worth it, definitely.
A lot of kids who live in poverty don't get the chance to dream. They're too worried about where the next meal's coming from a lot of the time. There's problems with the house, with work, etc. And so they don't dream about the future. But football allows them to dream, so it allows them to think about the future. And a lot of times that can really help kids, for children particularly. And what we wanted to provide in that sense was the opportunity, so they could achieve what they wanted to achieve, and so they have the choice later on in life. The poverty cycle in payatas is often they don't have the money to get the education, they don't have the money to get the proper skills to later on provide for themselves. It's not that they're not hardworking enough, or it's not they're not creative or intelligent enough. They taught me so much in terms of when slippers are broken, how to fix them, and how to reuse materials that you thought would be waste generally. And I guess that's where one of the big things I found about moving from England to the Philippines. Just finding that in England we'll throw away a lot of things when it looks a bit dirty, a little bit damaged. But here you can recycle things, you can reuse them in different ways. And so through that we can sort of figure out how to break that poverty cycle, how to give the opportunity so that they can choose what they want later in life.